Conference championship round is here. NFL playoffs coming to a close. I'm going to give you guys my predictions. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Enjoy the video. Peace. All right, so these are my initial predictions. I'm super sad. Obviously, you could tell my Rams lost to the Eagles. I had a vision that Stafford was going to get a revenge game to go to the Super Bowl, beat the Lions at home in Detroit, go to the Super Bowl, play in New Orleans, play with the big game. But, it didn't pan out that way, and I'm not mad about it. So that's what I had last week. I gave you guys this. I was right on this side. Thought it was pretty easy to tell this side. But this side, let's talk about the games, right? The Rams had the Eagles right where they wanted them. They had a chance to go down and drive and win the game. Number 98, Jalen Carter, is a problem. He just is a problem. He punched the ball out to Kyren Williams, forced a fumble. A linebacker forced Matthew Stafford into a fumble. I think it was Zach Vaughn. Not 100% sure, but forced him into a fumble. The Eagles just came up with defensive stops. They did what they had to do, created turnovers. The weather did not play in favor of the Rams. Obviously, it was something the Rams are not used to in playing in conditions like that. They're obviously playing in SoFi, a beautiful stadium, enclosed, no bad weather. They're playing in California. It's always nice weather all year round, so they weren't used to it. The Eagles were more acclimated to that weather. They ended up winning. Can't be mad at it. But I do think that this next game against the Commanders is going to be a tough one, because even if, knowing what I know now, if the Rams were to win that game, I don't know how they would fare against the Commanders. The Commanders have a mobile quarterback, a great defense, a good coach. It's hard, man. I would not want to see the Commanders right now, no matter who it is. I do think the AFC stronger right now, like in terms of if either one of the Bills or the Chiefs played against the Commanders, it would be a tough out for any of them. But it would be a better matchup for them. Just because their quarterbacks are mobile, they're stronger. They have a little bit more to them. They're more gritty, and that's what the Commanders have going for them. They're kind of gritty. They kind of have that chip on their shoulder. They want people to be like, okay, we're a threat now. People are scared of us. They don't want to play us. They don't want to see us. And that's momentum, man. That's the momentum you need in the playoffs, is just to say, man, that team's hot. I don't want to let them get hot and continue to be hot, or we're going to lose, right? So either way, the Commanders are in a prime position right now. They're right where they want to be. They have veterans on that team. They have guys that want to win, guys that are not used to being here. The Commanders have been really bad for a very long time. So now they have belief, they have that hope, and that's what kind of hurts the Eagles in terms of opposition. Like, nobody wants to play a confident opposition where they have all the momentum. You have to fight that, right? You have to break their soul and kind of crush their dreams a little bit, and it's hard. They're playing at home, obviously, but it's still a tough out. So regardless, I digress. Commanders-Lions was an interesting game. I think we saw what Jared Goff is. He's not a guy that's going to win you a game when he has to win you the game. If it's not Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Sam Laporta getting hot, running the ball hard, play action pass, Jared Goff is not going to be the guy to push you forward, to get you make those throws that need to be made. You saw he had a turnover. He had 2 picks, maybe 3, I don't remember. It was 2 picks, a fumble, and then a pick from Jameson, right? So that's 4 turnovers. Pretty bad on the side of the Lions, but Jared Goff isn't that guy. You can obviously tell who won the trade between the Lions and the Rams. The Lions set themselves up for the future, but the Rams won now, and they're set up for the future. So I'm not mad at the trade, and I understand that people will always continue to be like, who won that trade? Obviously, the Lions were regular season monsters. But still. Texans-Chiefs was an interesting one. Obviously, the refs helped a lot in the Chiefs' favor, and that's kind of how it goes, man. I mean, when you're playing an opponent at home, they're going to get calls that you're not going to get. There were some really bad ones, like the late slide hit on the late slide from Patrick Mahomes they hit him, but What are you supposed to do? He slid last second. Are you not supposed to hit the quarterback? Are you not supposed to put your hands on him? Tough call. I don't know. I didn't like that game regardless. It was a scrappy game, kind of like. I feel like it didn't need to go that way. I think the Texans didn't do anything to win either. I don't think that they did enough to come out of that game and be like, yeah, we did what we had to do. They didn't. Chiefs came out on top, not mad at it. Bills, Ravens, kind of like I told you guys last week. Lamar isn't that guy. He's not that guy in the playoffs. He's not. And I like the guy. I think he's great. He's going to continue to be great. But in the playoffs, he's not Josh Allen. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not a Matthew Stafford type, right? He doesn't make those throws. He doesn't do what needs to be done. Mark Andrews had a really rough game. He fumbled the ball. He missed a 2-point conversion right in his hands. But it's hard, man. It's really hard to put the blame on him. I thought the Ravens started doing really well when they committed to just running the ball with Derrick Henry. And you didn't force Lamar to pass the ball too many times. They kind of made it easy on him. I wish I would have saw more trickery from Lamar, kind of forcing the defense to think about what he's going to do instead of just, flat, we're going to pass, we're going to run, we're going to pass, we're going to run. It was too obvious. It was too easy for them. So the Bills won. Happy about it. Obviously, during this game, Bills-Chiefs were all Bills fans. I don't know about you guys, but I'm die-hard Bill fan right now. I want to see somebody new win. And I would love to see Josh Allen raise that Lombardi trophy. So, Chiefs, Bills. I'm taking the Bills on the road in Arrowhead. I think Josh understands how to beat Mahomes now. And last game they lost to a kickoff, right? Or they lost to a coin flip. So, I'm taking the Bills. Okay, moving on to Eagles, Commanders. Like I said, the Commanders are a tough out right now. Jaden Daniels is red hot. Red hot. Nobody wants to see him. He has confidence in his coach and his team that he's going to carry them to victory, do whatever he has to do. He's making the right throws. He's running when he has to run. He's making plays, man, and that's scary. That's scary to see from a quarterback, especially a rookie, right? You don't know what he's going to do. He's real poised. He's real calm in that pocket. It's scary. The Eagles and the Commanders, they're even right now. They're super even. I think defensive-wise, quarterback-wise, O-line-wise, obviously the Commanders, one of the guards or the center, he tore his ACL last game, unfortunately. So they're going to be without him. The Commanders are used to playing in the snow. It's going to probably be a snowy game, a cold game. So Eagles, Commanders, divisional opponents. It's a toss-up, man. It's 50-50. I think any day of the week it could go either way. I don't think it's as one-sided as people may think because the Eagles are so good. They're tenured. They've been there before. The Commanders also have people that have been there before. Dan Quinn, Bobby Wagner, Austin Eckler. Guys that have experience in the league, that have been in moments that require them to be their best. So it's a tough out. I want the Eagles to win. I really do. Just because I think they're a better fit for the Super Bowl. They make sense for them to be there. They're a more well-known name. It's more excited to see those Philly fans in New Orleans to watch their team play. But I'm super concerned about Jalen Hurts and that passing game. I think it's 3 games in a row where, maybe even 4, that A.J. Brown is sitting on the bench reading a book. And super cool, super awesome to see that he's getting his mind off the game for a little bit, right? But it is concerning because I don't know if that means that he's bored or that he's uninterested, or, it can kind of give the wrong vibes to your teammates and your team and to the media. And sometimes the media kind of plays into what you think and they're kind of getting in your head, right? They're kind of saying, okay, what is this guy on? Why is he acting this way? Does he hate Jalen Hurts? Is he not happy with his role in the offense? It kind of plays a mental game on them. So that's why it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, Eagles, lock it in, smash it, hammer it down. But they are playing at home. playing against a good defense. Devontae Smith is really good. Calcaterra, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley. Saquon is carrying this team on his back. He's built for this moment. He understands that he may never get an opportunity like this. And it's his first year with the Eagles, but he's looking to make the most of it, trying to waste no time. He's looking to prove a point that, hey, the Giants, I was there for the long run. You guys continue to taint my name and taint my reputation and who I was as a person. And obviously, you could tell Saquon wants to win, and that's the part that I'm leaning. Like, I'm leaning more towards the Eagles because of Saquon, because Saquon does play such a big part in the game. He's a game breaker. He's a game wrecker. He's everything right now. He's exactly what you want from a championship winning player, and that's him. It's like Cooper Kupp in 2021 when the Rams won, right? Cooper Kupp was unguardable, unplayable, and nobody could touch him. Don't even try to look at his direction. You're not going to get him. So that's what worries me. And then obviously on the other side of the coin, it's Jayden Daniels. He's young. It's like, how is he going to respond to that moment in that hostile environment in Philly? Does he have the supporting cast to lift him up and be like, hey man, we're gonna be okay, we got your back, you're gonna do just fine? Because it's easy to tell somebody that, like, for them to believe it and continue to think that and not let other outside sources kind of shit on your parade to say so. It's hard, man. But I think the easy pick is the Eagles, and I would love to watch the Commanders go to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna take the Eagles. Kind of an unfortunate, like I said last video, I want to watch the underdogs win, right? It's better to watch them win. It's more fun, but I do think the Eagles do pull it off at home. I think the at-home part it makes it hard, man. It makes it really hard. Philly fans are hostile. They do make it hard on you. It is a divisional opponent, obviously, so it could, like I said, it could be a 50-50 toss-up. But I'm going to go Eagles, and I'm going to do it. Instead of a 50-50, I'm taking the Eagles 51 out of 40 out of 100 times. So still pretty even, but I think the Eagles will edge it out. I think they have a more tenure. They've been there before. Jalen Carter, number 98, he's a problem. He's going to continue to be a problem. He will be a problem for Jayden Daniels and that O-line that just lost their guard or their center. I don't remember what position he played, but towards ACL. Jalen Carter's going to win that game once more. And we're going to have the Bills and the Eagles in the finals for me in the Super Bowl. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.